What is up, friends? Welcome to the channel. My name's Evan and I buy stuff from thrift stores and garage sales and sell it on eBay, hopefully for a profit. On Tuesdays I show you some of the cool stuff that I sold so that you can be on the lookout for it yourself. Right now I'm headed into this place to hopefully find some stuff for next week. Hope you enjoy the video. If you ever see this pattern on a hat, it's typically worth big bucks. It was made by Logo Athletic back in the 90s. It's called a shark's tooth pattern. This one's from 1994, from Super Bowl 29, and it sold for $54.50 for a baseball hat. But if you can find one with a specific team, like the Carolina Panthers or the Cincinnati Bengals, they can actually go for more money. Paid about $10 for this one. It was in a bundle of stuff from a garage sale. Like I said, it sold for $54.50. First time for me, but I actually sold a wetsuit. It's a men's full wetsuit. Found it in a duffel bag full of stuff at Goodwill. They wanted $10 for the duffel bag. I opened it up. It had a pair of gloves in there. I sold those for $20. Had a kite surfing harness. Sold it for around $60. And then this wetsuit just sold, and it sold for $60 as well. So my $10 investment turned out pretty good. Pretty cool shirt here. This is a US West Cellular like hydroplane racing t-shirt from 1989. I actually was checking out at Goodwill, saw the shirt from across the way, got out of line to go get the shirt. It was only $1.50, brought it home and actually sold the same day for 35 bucks.
Here's the Budweiser bouncing over those rollers in the north turn. Coming down to end lap number 1 with the Circus coming wide and outside.
Almost passed out when this sale came through. This thing actually sold on Facebook Marketplace. I haven't had a Facebook Marketplace order in forever, other than like a local sale. Paid $5 for this Callaway Diablo Octane driver, and it's typically about a $60 club, but this one actually has an upgraded shaft, so it makes it a little more valuable. Paid $5 for it, and it sold for $80 on Facebook Marketplace. Took about 3 months to sell. So I've been having pretty good luck with boots lately, and here's another pair going out. This is a pair of Tony Llama lizard skin ladies black boots. Really good condition on the top, some pretty good wear on the bottom though. They only wanted $5 for them in a garage sale. That seemed like a no-brainer, and they actually sold in a couple of weeks for 90 bucks. Pretty cool t-shirt sale here. Paid $2 for this Nomar Garcia 1997 Rookie of the Year t-shirt. Got it at a church sale that my daughter and I went to while we were in Virginia, and it sold for $65 on eBay. There were actually none exactly like this that I could find listed or sold, so I listed it pretty high and it sold in about a week. Picked up this camera in my last video. If you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely go check it out. The Commonwealth picker actually called me a snob, but it was still pretty funny. But go check it out. But I paid $5 for this Canon PowerShot SX260HS digital camera, and it sold in about a week for $89. Sold a vintage Bmx Bicycle, or at least part of one. This is a GT Interceptor from 1997, and it was in rough shape when I got it. Paid $10 for it at a thrift store. The wheels and tires were broke, so I decided to part it out. Already sold the handlebars for $65, and this just sold for $150. Probably could have got a little bit more, but I got an offer of $150. I've had it for a couple of months. Decided to take it. I saw this box at Goodwill and noticed that it was full of Legos, or partially full of Legos, and they only wanted $5.99 for it. Opened it up and there's a partially built spaceship. I grabbed one of the pieces, and if you don't know, each piece has a number on it somewhere that you can actually look up on websites like BrickLink or BrickSeek, and it'll tell you what set it's from. Well, I happened to pull one of the pieces that were for this set right here and noticed that it was pretty darn valuable. So I brought them home, set them in my office with the plan to put it together and see if all the pieces were there. Well, as you can see, I bought these July 4th. So after a month, I kind of realized that that was never going to happen. So I decided to dump them on my kitchen table, put them up for what I thought was a really high price because I have no idea if all the pieces are there. Listed it for $199, got an offer the next day for $175. decided to take it. $5.99 into $175. I'm definitely going to take that. Not to mention, I don't have to really worry about a whole lot breaking because it's not put together anyway.
Pretty interesting jacket here. This is made by Duluth Trading Company. It's called a fire hose presentation jacket. It's basically like a sport coat, cut like a sport coat, but it's made of this real heavy canvas material like a fire hose. Paid $5.75 for it at Goodwill, and it sold for $49.99 in about a month. Found a bunch of Genesis games at Goodwill. They wanted $6 a piece for them, so I decided to just buy all of them. Some were definitely better than others. This Aladdin game, paid $6 for it, and it sold for $19.99. So these are actually Ninja food processing blades. They got this cool little case. They're brand new, never been used. Still got cardboard inside. Found them at Goodwill. Paid $4 for them, and they sold for $38 in a couple of weeks. Some soccer jerseys are worth some big money, and some aren't. Probably shouldn't have bought this one. Paid $4.75 for it. It's a New Balance Panama like national team soccer jersey, and sold it for $17.50. Still a profit there, just not that great. I actually took an offer on it. I've had it for quite some time. Kind of a bread and butter hat sale. This is a 1994 Goodwrench Racing at the Rockingham Speedway NASCAR hat. Paid $1 for it, and it sold for $15. FootJoy golf shoes can definitely be hit or miss, but like any other shoe, the more modern ones are going to sell for more money, and they're going to sell quicker. I actually got 2 pair going out today. This is a pair of FootJoy DNA golf shoes. Paid $3 for them, and they sold for $40. And this pair of green ones, paid $6.50 for them, and they sold for $42.50. Both of these actually sold within like a couple of days too. Like I said, the more modern ones are going to sell quicker and for more money. I don't pick up a lot of Saucony brand shoes. They just seem to take forever to sell for me. I'd only paid $2 for these from the thrift store. I couldn't turn them down. They were in great condition. Took about 3 months to sell, but they sold for $29. So I sold some used flip-flops for $34, and they're in okay condition. Paid $2 for them, and like I said, they sold for $34. They're Olokai Ohana Koa flip-flops. Not real sure. You just want to be on the lookout for this Maui hook here. These Olakais always sell really well. Sold pretty quick too. But yeah, 34 bucks. Sold some yarn, and it's definitely something that I'm always on the lookout for. If I can get it cheap enough, I'll just go ahead and pick it up. Paid 94 cents a piece for each one of these rolls or skeins, and they sold for $22.50. If you're going to pick up single golf clubs, wedges is what you want to be on the lookout for. They're like the most lost clubs that there are. Typically, a guy's going to hit his wedge shot, walk up to the green with his putter and his wedge, set his wedge down, take his putt, and sometimes walks off without his wedge. Paid $5 a piece for these 2 pitching wedges. This is a Tommy Armour TA1 pitching wedge. It's a Callaway Big Bertha X12 pitching wedge. Like I said, paid $5 a piece. This one sold for $29.99. This one I took a best offer of $30. Sold in about a week too. I don't know what the opposite of a BOLO is, but these are probably it. These old German beer steins. I've had this thing for 2 or 3 years. I paid maybe $1 a piece for a collection of them at a garage sale. I've sold several of them, but it's taken a long time. This one is from Klosterbräu. I can't pronounce it, but I paid $1 for it. Sold for $28.95. Took 2 or 3 years, and it actually sold plus shipping.